Hi, this is Ken. This spiritual video is called Open Your Eyes. Just before we are born, with our very first breath, our eyes are wide open. For all we know, before we are exposed to the chaos and the noise of the world, is unconditional love. This comes from our spirit, the peace of God that is present within every life that is born, not only human, but all life. The Spirit's purpose is to guide our lives with its inherent knowledge and unconditional love, meant to be shared with all others who also have a spirit or a piece of God within them as well. And only by allowing all of us to join together to help each other selflessly without motive or reason will our life purpose be accomplished and the lesson we are alive learned. This is what enlightenment is. But with our first breath, our ego is created. And our ego is everything we learn and believe to be true in our life. Accepting what we learn to be self-centered with the concern only for ourselves without worrying about what is best for others, just us. And therefore, we go through a life believing that we must get a good job, make a lot of money, have nice material possessions, a family, and enjoy our life the best that we can. And therefore, we will have led a good life. Accepting all of these beliefs, as we are learning more about what is going on, our eyes start to close slowly as we start to believe that success in the world is worrying about ourselves and not our true purpose in life, the path that we are truly meant to pursue, the spiritual path, which is helping all others. The more we accept everything that we learn in life as true, that our purpose for a successful life is making money, getting a good job, having a family, and enjoying ourselves, the more our eyes close. And by the time many become adults, though their eyes appear open, they are totally glazed over, completely blind to why they were born in the first place. They therefore accept everything that they've learned is true, believing that success is money and that they need to worry only about themselves and not be concerned about others. Though they know these things are happening to other people who are struggling, who may be minorities, migrants, poor, whatever it may be, believing there's very little they can do, they just simply ignore everything that is going on in the world, accepting that this is part of life. Their eyes, again, peer open, but they are completely blinded by the beliefs of the world that they live in. There may come a time when our eyes begin to open a little. And by that, what I mean is the first messages of our spirit start to be heard within. With these first messages, we awaken to the possibility there is more to life, that there is more, that when we look at another person, there is more than just who we see, what they appear like, what they are dressed as, the color of their skin, what their religion may be, their ethnicity, or any other differences there may be. Instead of seeing only that, our eyes begin to open a little. The glaze on our eyes starts to thin a little bit as we start to realize that maybe everything we had learned about others and worrying only about ourselves is not right. That maybe there is something that we can do to help others. And rather than just seeing the appearance and the beliefs and the clothes that others wear and the race and their ethnicity and male or female, gay or straight, or any of the thousands of other comparisons we can make, we start to see the other person as having value. When our eyes are completely closed, we look at someone who is a different color, who may be Black, who may be a minority, who may be a migrant, who may be dressed poorly, who may be very poor, living on the streets. And we assign them no value whatsoever. But when we awaken, we start to wonder, maybe these people do have some value. As we begin to understand and travel further on the path toward enlightenment, as the messages of our spirit become clearer, we begin to understand and realize that everything we had been taught in life, all of our egoistic learned beliefs, were false. None of them were true. Though we need our ego in order to learn how to be safe, obtain the basic necessities of life that we may need, such as food, water, shelter, clothes, safety. There, we realize that all of the rest of it was false. And with the full acceptance of following the spiritual path, which we knew before we took our first breath, because all we knew before our ego was created was the wisdom and the love of our spirit within. As we follow the spiritual path, our eyes completely unglaze. And now when we look at other people, our eyes are wide open as we see beyond the exterior, the outer shell of a person, the facade that other people present to the world, to who that person truly is. With our eyes wide open, when we look at another now, we see their spirit. We see their peace of God that is within them, their wisdom and their unconditional love that they are wish to share with all others as we do with them. With our eyes wide open now, we look into their eyes, and rather than see just our reflection, we see beyond their eyes to their spirit within. And by embracing their spirit within, selflessly sharing our wisdom and love, spirit's wisdom and love with them, then we have learned the true lesson we are alive to learn. The true irony of life is that before we take our first breath, when our eyes first open, we are enlightened. Our eyes begin to close with our first breath as our ego is created. And then we spend the rest of our life trying to return to the feeling, the wisdom, the love, the knowledge that we had before we were exposed to the loud chaos and noise of the world around us. This is Ken with another spiritual video.